recording. We're alive.
We're live. Alright, so let's see. Where last we left off, I do believe all of you were deep in a dreaded place, underground above this magical well, and you were being ransacked by these creatures after seeing Dravidicus get drug away. He was barely able to use his magics, using his own blood to create a summoning portal to bring in the #1 hero.
Hell yeah.
Rexaurus. And even with the might of Rexaurus, the creatures that you encountered quickly overwhelmed you. I almost said frozen. Magnus was able to use the Horn of the Aldreri and grabbed the scout that you had found, Senev Elsatra, her and her missing leg, and actually teleported back home to the sanctuary. I'm going to go ahead and load that up now, so y'all should see that soon. Quickly after Magnus had arrived, it caused him to heal both himself and also the wounded scout. Her foot still missing. And after that, the other 5 of you, the remaining 5 of you, used Boberton's word of recall to quickly escape. Also, unfortunately, witnessed one of your fellow Aldreri, Dravidicus, perish from his wounds, followed by getting scorched by Jacques' fiery wrath, which burnt his body into ashes. He was already long dead, so it was merely an act of mercy to bring his ashes back to the tree. So you're now finding yourselves in the sanctuary, known as the Hall of Champions, where before you do see the rest of the Aldreri, as well as the frozen General Kaelynth. You head back because you were not only overwhelmed, but you need to report the situation and explain what you've encountered. So I'll go ahead and set the scene. Magnus, you basically just arrived here maybe 5-10 seconds before everyone else. So this is all quite fresh. So I'll go ahead and start it up. You guys are all teleporting in, bruised and battered. So I will start.
I kind of wait for Magnus to make a move, personally.
Yeah, so as soon as Magnus shows up, Gorwin, this guy here, rushes over to Magnus. What's wrong?
Medic! We need a medic. Healer,
Where are the
some
others?
sort. They should be here shortly.
Just as he says that, you see the other 5 come in.
Oh, perfect time.
I wave painfully.
There were some dark evil down there. Something I've never seen before. Even I couldn't handle it all.
And
Some of the Aldreri start walking over
Dravidicus
to
is... Oh, no.
Failness looks at Barberton. Dravidicus, what happened to him? Where is he? Why is he not here?
Magnus?
Oh, that Magnus takes a bag that he had put the ashes in. Here. Gives it to Gorwin.
Gorwin takes it, feeling the weight of the ashes in his hand, having seen this before. He died a noble cause. He's not the first, nor to be the last. Please tell us, though, what did you see? What happened? Where are the other scouts?
This one is the only one left of that troop. Again,
Well,
we would like a healer to come quickly as she is losing a lot of blood.
my wounds are healed, she says. However, my leg is still missing.
No.
Or my foot. Sorry.
Well, she was being a snack while we were down there.
Debden, the young Debden steps up. A snack to what?
I would have to classify it as a demon-like creature. Tall.
Not sure what that word means, demon.
Oh,
Because
demonic.
demons don't exist.
Oh, demons do not.
Demons don't exist yet. Yeah.
A horrific creature, giant in nature, has a thirst and hunger for mortal flesh and blood. As you can see, she has no foot.
What we saw down there was absolutely evil. Nothing I've seen like it before.
There were living walls. There was
Dark,
grotesque
evil creatures,
grotesque
twisted.
creatures.
corrupted, foul, evil things.
Baelnus looks at Goss. Speak more on this. We've seen foul creatures before of the undead, but you're saying these are different.
These were more than undead. They carried a darkness in them. They paraded around with a sort of savage, twisted, perverse nobility. They themselves thought it acted as if they themselves had outward intrigue in the in the Valen, and what we saw down there were Valen artifacts and Valen architecture, but it was juxtaposed by these corrupted dark beings that just leaked a nauseous sense of unease.
Orwin grabs his axe at his back. All right, stand aside. I'm going in. How do I get there?
I wouldn't. You shouldn't
Halt.
go alone. If what we saw down there was an army of these evil things, there were too many of them. We had to leave in a rush in the first place.
Basically, we were the prey and they were the hunters.
And their individual power overwhelms 50% of the Mistras.
Or
numbers.
they downed both Rexorus and Magnus. They are a force to be reckoned with.
There was just 4 around us, and we almost... Without our quick escape, we might not be here.
Goran, if you seriously think that you could go down there alone given them taking down us, then you'd be sorely mistaken. These things were evil in their purest form. I don't get scared by many things, but there was something wrong with whatever these were.
Orwin angrily slams his axe into the ground. Hear a giant thud that kind of rattles the halls. Damn it! Well, sorry. I let my anger get the best of me. Even you were bested, and surely I am nothing.
I do think we need to investigate that area more, but probably at a later time. There is much down there we don't understand, and I think we can learn more and still hopefully locate the, if I may, bodies of our allies.
Well, first, Magnus turns to the footless scout. Tell us all you've seen down there now that you're recovered.
And as she begins to speak, you see Debden kind of wave his hands around and chant as he casts a spell on her, a restorative spell. And you see that her foot begin to regrow. Starts as a little tiny baby Deadpool style foot.
I was thinking the same thing. As soon as I said foot, I'm like Deadpool.
Yeah, and continues to grow. The flesh looking, pink and new, kind of mismatched from the rest of her flesh. Thank you. I went with a unit of 12, and while we were down there, I'm not sure how we got to that dark hall. We saw the gate that guarded the entrance there and felt and heard the dark whispers. And as we turned, the lights in that room were shut or were turned off with a type of magical darkness. Not even our eyes could see through. And before we knew it, I felt a sharp pain at the back of my head. And when I next came conscious, I was being drugged by this creature. As I got drugged further and further down, I heard the screams of my teams in horror and saw flashes of them being tortured and drug off in different directions. So many spiraling twists in that damn place.
I ask, do you remember when did you lose consciousness or did you just get nicked in the head?
I did lose consciousness after I felt that pain in the back of my head.
When? Do you recall the room you were in when you lost consciousness?
Yes, the last thing I recall was seeing that wretched gate that made those horrible sounds of haunted whispers. There was no way to get in, so our party turned around, and as we turned around, that's when the magical darkness took effect in that room. And after that, I felt the sharp pain in the back of my head.
Can I recall feeling some kind of force or something the first time we left that gate area at all?
You recall hearing those dark kind of whispers and sounds, and you remembered like an ominous feeling, but nothing physical like that, like nothing tried to hit you in the back of the head kind of thing. No.
It must have been busy when we first arrived down there. I apologize for everything. I wish we could have gone there sooner.
Now, when you came to, what happened to the rest of your troop? Or did you wake up alone?
Woke up shortly after, shortly before you all found me. I was being drugged, and I did see a few of them being pulled in different directions, but my eyesight was not able to make out where many of them went. I only saw perhaps two being drugged in different directions, one of them being Dravidicus. Oh, poor Dravidicus.
Interesting. And did they travel through the walls as well?
I think that explains why I couldn't see them and where they came from. I didn't see them go through walls, but now that you say that they had that ability, it makes more sense on why we were so blind-stricken.
A large one could also teleport.
Oh, what are these things?
Barton real quick is like hit like a lightning bolt or like a bulb. He's like, oh, not only that, but like how to get there, right? We found that well. This entire dungeon we were in was behind at least, if not more than, 2 separate portals. We don't even know exactly where it is. We fell into a well, and then we fortunately, with Zach's magic, we were able to get out of the well. It was a very deep well, and we're teleported again into this dungeon.
And there's no guarantee that we'll be able to go back. If you remember, Magnus and Dravidicus were brought to a different location than we were.
That is true.
Yeah,
But
there's
also,
like no way to get back there easily. We don't know if those portals lead the same way.
Yes. I also want to state, I want to ask, did, so, Sanev, when you experienced this, like, searingness in the back of your head, was it Was it physical, or did it feel like it was just in your mind?
It was most definitely physical, but it did pierce into my thoughts. Like it was probing my mind for information. Almost like some type of psychic energy.
I feel like I've come to a realization I should have said earlier. I feel like that dark, fetid place is alive somehow.
You think
The
that
walls
you think
down
that
there.
whole thing is a creature?
It could be. The walls were made of skin. It had a heartbeat. There was a dark pulsing, a thumping behind the walls.
This is
Not to mention the strangeness of its creation, its architecture.
I think I was swallowed by a whale once, and it was very similar.
Yeah.
So it was a living dungeon, a living. Are there any records of this? Does anyone know?
Devdin, who's been healing you as you all are speaking. For those that don't know, I did post a little bit of lore about him. He's essentially a seer. He can commune with nature, and he has a limited foresight, and also the ability to kind of detect anything happening through the roots of the tree, which extend into the world. So he kind of knows of things that are coming and going. So he is like the first detection, if you will, of
the speaker of the tree.
No, not so much a speaker of the tree. That would be more the Ymira, the top rank, the kind of director of the tree. He's more like the living, imagine that he's like a root that he can connect to all the roots, so he can feel like if there's.
You can kind of use the tree as like a nervous system per se.
Yeah.
Like a giant spider web.
Yeah, so if someone from miles and miles away has even the intent of invading against Aldrera, he can feel their footsteps and them coming, and he can read their thoughts and things like that. He's like detection unit number 1. So
Damn.
So keep that in mind. So what I'm about to say.
Devdin, I must ask, is there
Yes.
is there somehow no dark spot in your vision of the tree? Is there somehow a small gap in your omniscience of where the tree lays its roots? Because down there we saw black, fetid, knotted woods, like wooded things down there. We could feel the presence and the divinity of the tree in them, but they were corrupted and seeping a vile ooze.
It could have not even been the same plane.
Yes, I do believe that to be the case, because even with my foresight, I could sense dark energy, which is why we sent the scouts initially, but to where it led was a mystery. And while you left, all traces of you disappeared as well, too.
This might be a mute question. I'm not quite completely knowledgeable in all forms of magic, especially of the dark arts. But do you think it's possible that a man created these creatures? Given I wasn't down there, I'm asking the people who were. I doubt it, but it is a line of questioning I think we must follow, given our experience with necromancers in the past.
As far as I know, there are very few magics in this world that you all living several thousand years don't know about. So I do appreciate the theory about it being a different plane of existence, because that would be one of the few magics y'all don't know about.
It's difficult.
Possible, but
Klein,
unlikely.
you remember that room with the vampires, right?
Yes.
Did you happen to notice anything from that pyramid?
Can I roll a history to recall if I did?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a history check.
Hell yeah, gaming.
Oh, wonderful.
Ouch.
So, thinking on the architecture of what you saw, where the vampires came from, you don't have any knowledge of it throughout your entire lifespan, so all 8,000 glorious years of you living. But something does register in your mind, which is kind of tucked away in the back. You did have a vision, a very distorted vision, at one point, which I'm sure you're very aware of, as I've told you before, and
Yes.
and you feel like you've seen some of that symbolism in that vision, but you don't quite know how to contextualize it. Like the vision itself was blurry. You don't really know what you saw, but kind of matches some of the things, and you did see that architecture and symbolism that was on there with the eyeballs and all that in your vision. So it's
Like a deja vu.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a weird deja vu.
I look to Goss and I just say, it possibly, but
It's fair.
I'd have to wait. If you can give me time, I could check. I would also like to report something, and I pull the locket or the compass out that I got in the first session, and open it, and carefully take the seed of the world tree out and put it on my palm, and look to
Jack,
Elendor or anybody near me. Like, who's the highest in the room? Elendor?
well, would be Rexaris to your right, but aside
Gotcha.
from him, I mean, everyone's here.
like, yeah, no. I mean, like, was Elendor one of the speakers of the tree? Like, the
No. These are all Aldreri here. This is all 12 of you.
okay.
Yeah.
And I look
Well,
around and just
minus.
say, in the fire, the little goblet in the first room where the tomb was, this little locket has a seed of the world tree, which would allow another one to sprout anew. I'm unsure how it got there, but
The
it's
Jack
seed
sees
of
it
the
glowing.
world tree.
So Jack kind of creeps over because he sees this little glowing seed. And he reaches his little hand. He tries to reach for it.
he's very short compared to me.
He's still trying to reach.
He's not even remotely close.
Goss is gonna.
Good.
I'm gonna
down.
put it back in the locket and close the locket and hold it tightly in my hand.
So Debden sees that seed and goes, "That seed, it is of a world tree. I can feel it,
Yes.
but it's not from Aldrera. What is this?"
That's what I'm saying. It's probably an alternate plane or
Yes.
something.
A world
Maybe it
tree
has
of
its
a
own world tree.
different world.
I couldn't say.
Could we ask the tree spirit, or at least the speakers? I forget their name.
The Amai, the five.
Yes. We could ask the speaker or the five about this.
I do believe we should bring this to the Amai, most definitely. I will go and seek them, bring them back here. And he kind of
Thank
scurries
you.
off. And as he goes off, Elendor is over here, kind of just looks at General Kaelynth and goes, "We need you now more than ever."
I just kind of like play with the locket in my hands and just like think about what Bucket said and the vision.
I'm going to, so since Jack walked up to us, in between Klein and I'm going to kneel down on one knee next to Jack and ask him Jack, I know that communication between our species is something highly difficult, but I would like to maybe try and see if we could glean some information, or if you have anything you know. I know this is your first time in a big meeting and all, but if you remember anything about, if you felt like you saw anything or you noticed anything, please attempt to make it be known to us.
Jack looks up at you, kind of blinks his eyes a couple times, and sticks his tongue out a little bit. Turns his head.
Alright. I'm just gonna pat him on the head and then stand back up.
Probably a maybe. Probably a maybe. He'll
and
get
then-
back to us eventually.
I'm gonna look at Goss and just shake my head disappointedly.
We need any answers we can get. What can I say? By the way,
So-
didn't Baby like see something in Pyramid Room? Like it was the only one that actually noticed what happened in Pyramid Room?
I don't know, I left early.
Yeah.
I actually forget myself. I don't remember.
Like what was it? Didn't the pyramid like fucking whispered and gave like a dark smile to the child?
Oh, yeah, that is
Whatever.
true. Yeah, no, you're right on that. So, yeah, Jack, after he does his little bit, the blinking of the eyes, the sticking out of the tongue, the turning of the head, he takes his little right hand, very small, and like kind of points up as if he's trying to like grasp something, and goes like.
Hmm?
He's like straight up. He's like kind of trying to grasp for something.
Oh,
I'm gonna
what is
bend down and whisper to the child. Does the name Alicia ring any bells?
He shakes his head.
Yes or he shakes it yes or
No.
no?
And
Okay.
shakes it to the side, back and forth.
What
Look
about
up.
Erebos?
Oh, after
What
another
is-
pause, he shakes his head too.
what was he pointing
And-
at?
I said this like too quietly for the other people to hear.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I'll stand back up. Just act
What
like
is it,
nothing
Jack?
happened.
What is it? So is he pointing up at something on the ceiling?
It's like he's trying to like grasp something up, but not pointing. Like it's like it's like he's trying to grab at something, straight up.
I wanna
But
like pick him up underneath his shoulders and hold him up higher. What are you trying to grab?
so you grab him, you put him on your shoulders, and like now his like face is like smiling, really wide. His tongue's out, and he has like both hands. And he's like trying to grab straight up.
Hmm.
He just kind of goes like little jack noises.
I-
Whatever
I
those are.
Point up to like where he's trying to grab. Is there something up there?
He like shakes his head. Yes.
Okay. Well then, we're gonna play a little game of Upsy Daisy. I'm gonna throw the child.
I just look at Klein, but like kind of beat up and tired. I shrug my shoulders.
Just gonna, I just sigh.
So you're throwing the baby.
I'm throwing the baby up. Unless the baby wants to cast fly or something. If it has.
Pick the baby.
Wait, who
Pick
has
the
the
baby.
who has the cloak?
I do.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not letting Zach touch it. He's gonna get all his toddler
He's
slobber
not
on
he's not
it.
attuned. He's not attuned. He's not attuned.
Regardless, no child for.
I mean,
Cloak.
I can. Is fly a spell that you can cast on anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get it as a warlock, or sorry, as a sorcerer. Yeah.
Well, I have fly if I'm correct.
Yeah, you can touch someone and give it to him. I think.
Let me see. I'm looking at the
let's see.
description.
You,
Yeah, you
still
touch
have
a willing
spell slots
Willing
left?
creature.
Still have spell slots left? Didn't even give it your all? How could you?
I actually am out of
You have
that
two
though.
level slots.
Well, no, that's because I leveled my character up. I used all my pack magic, my
Oh.
5th level slots. My last one was when I used it on banishment.
Didn't you say we leveled up to 14?
Yes.
I didn't do that.
Does the baby have fly?
No, but
Um,
Warlock Man can cast Fly on Baby.
I
Baby does
can
not
if,
have
but I
fly,
don't have
actually.
spell slots.
Oh, okay, we'd
unless
have to wait.
unless GM is graciously just allow me to do it anyway.
Could Bobberton
No,
use the
I'm
mantle
not.
and could
Okay.
Bobberton use the mantle of Nebula to cast
I think
Fly?
it's self, but I can check.
Don't. Yeah, I think that it does
Yeah,
not
fly
work. I think it's
on
only-
yourself.
Yeah.
Or levitate.
All right, I'm throwing the baby.
All right, so you throw the baby. It
Yeet.
goes up into the air. Damn near hits the ceiling, but doesn't.
Oh my
and you
god.
just hear like. You just hear like laughing.
He's
but-
giggling to himself.
still is reaching up, and almost looks like as soon as Jacques lands back into your hands, he looks like disappointed, like.
What's wrong? Do you want to hit the ceiling?
He goes, no.
Cam, off,
Yes.
out of character question.
Yeah.
Would Jack right now be considered an NPC?
I mean, for like what purpose? Like,
I'm going to see
kinda
if I can
confused.
use insight to see what he's trying to say.
oh, does that specify? Oh, because you can't use insight on a player, right?
Yeah.
Then in that case, yes,
No,
I would.
I thought you
would
could.
No, you can't use any skills against a player.
Well, shit, Robert, we've been playing D&D wrong for so long.
Really? Even
haven't
sleight
we?
of, even like sleight of hand or
Yeah,
That you can't use
that-
that against
that's,
the player.
You can
that's
do
just
contesting checks, but
Yeah.
well, you can do opposing
See-
checks.
aggressive.
I've already known about that, Nathaniel. I just do it anyway because it's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Because it's kind of hard to like do a deception check versus like a real life player because
Yeah.
they ultimately get to decide
mhm.
how they interpret that. Versus like NPCs, you go off of like what the role says.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
in this
just
case, I
asking
would
because of
play it
this-
like an NPC.
Because in this purpose, Hope's not here to, you know.
Yeah.
Be a normal person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, am I allowed or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
All
Can
right.
I also incite the child?
Sure,
Can I also
absolutely.
incite the child? Oh, that's.
Let's see.
All right. If you,
I
if
can
you,
request it from you. Oh,
Damn
God
it.
damn it.
Bro.
These rolls are ass.
Ooh.
yeah. Both of your
Oh.
rolls shook.
Number one, my ass.
Yeah. You really can't discern what Jack is trying to say or show, but you do feel like they're just kind of fascinated with up, but it doesn't seem to be restricted to like this room or like what's in this room. It's like the general of up, like they're grasping for something. You're not exactly sure.
What is above us? Would I know? Because I have an idea.
Is there a roof?
Like-
Is there a
like
balcony
open-
nearby?
Yeah, there's a balcony nearby. Like, so this room has a roof. Like directly above it would just be open sky and like some scattered branches of tree from Eldrero just kind of looming over. But mostly open sky above this, outside the room.
Cool.
Are there any known stars that kind of align above
Yeah,
us
so-
or anything like that?
We can see the sky right now, or we're seeing the roof right now.
You're seeing the roof right now, but if
Okay.
you were to leave, so like if you were to go this way, right, to like
Mhm.
where Devin left, there's like open air archways that connect different things. Because it's imagine like a big tree village, right? Like
Yeah.
how Ilvum looks. Here, I'll activate real quick. So
Okay.
let's pretend you are like,
This is a chunky map.
like you're like somewhere over here, right? And then like Devon's like walking across this bridge. Like it's just sky above up here.
Okay. Can I walk outside and look at the sky?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
I will follow.
See,
Um,
great minds think alike.
And I'm also gonna see if I can like drag the child along with me.
I'll just walk with you while he's in my
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah.
I can hold the child if you would like to stay in.
No, it's okay. I'm curious too.
I think about a reason to stay in, but I'm probably just gonna follow the group.
Okay. I got most people here. Magnus, the only one that's not here? Yeah, so now that you're outside, kind of in the open air, you see Jacques like reaching up, and like now he looks a little happier, like with the open sky. He's giggling.
Maybe he just got tired of being inside and he needed some fresh air.
I look at Jack and I ask, "Is this high enough altitude for you?"
He goes, mm-mm, and shakes his head no.
How
All
far
right,
can
I
you throw a
have-
child, Goss.
What'd you ask?
Nothing. Never mind.
I have a solution to this issue of altitude, and I'm going to use my Cape of Mountebank, which I can cast Dimensional Door.
My God.
Once on me and a willing creature, and I'm just gonna like.
Oh.
No, I'm bringing the child.
Oh,
I'm
that
just
makes
gonna.
sense.
I'm just gonna bring us like here. Can I like over? Do you guys see my cursor marker
Yeah,
or whatever?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
you
I'm
can
just
hold
gonna.
X to get a little.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna bring us there.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
Snatch.
It's a
the
fun
child.
turn of events already.
My cape opens up like a door to a dimension, and we just teleport up here.
Fucking Alucard.
You think of like a
I think
curvy
you have to.
character.
I think you have to move us because I
Yeah,
can't move
we
myself.
we can't move.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Yeah, we're in turn
Oh, wow.
order. I think you're doing turns right now.
Movement set to combat turn.
Oh, is it weird? Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's on free
There
now.
you
But
go.
I can move you there. I was trying to do it with some fancy teleportation effects, but I couldn't find it in time.
I just like watching their cursors just go whoop.
And then I lift the child up higher onto like my shoulders as well.
Are you
and,
gonna do like a Lion King moment here?
yeah, I'm just like, is this a
It's the
significantly
circle of
high
Jack.
altitude?
We're gonna jump, do a flip.
yeah.
Jack is like beaming with happiness, but he also then goes mm-mm, and shakes his head no, and just kind of sighs like as if he'll never get to where he wants to go.
Does he want to be in the tree?
Needs to be on the fucking moon.
I yell. Maybe there's something he sees with his weird vessel vision that we can't see.
Or maybe the baby's just being baby
Just
right
then-
now.
From the
Maybe
main
he's just
hall
fussy.
From the main hall comes Debden, and he has two of the Amai with him, Eluin and also Anwin.
I'm gonna look at one and point to the sky and just say, Do you see anything strange up there?
Eluin looks up and goes, "What in the name of Thanasis is Jacques doing? What?
No,
Raphael, what are you doing?"
Not up there,
Playing
not up
out
there.
a
I mean like
scene from
like
one of our
up,
favorite
up.
operas.
Yeah.
We were. Jacques kept pointing at the sky while giggling. We were investigating what he wanted.
I am investigating the child.
No, come down. Oh my goodness. Get down here, both of you. We need to. Okay, we need to talk. We need to have a meeting.
I mean, I'm just saying it's you that pushed the baby on us. And I shrug, just looking at them.
I look over at Jacques and I'm
I
like,
chuckle.
Jacques, we must go. Follow. Or I guess I just keep him on my shoulder and I walk down. Like
Let's
I go
go.
inside
You
the
said
building
you
and
needed
start.
to me.
Yeah, I just enter the building and head down.
Okay. All right. We enter the building. And after some time, you'll come back. There.
Oh,
All right, we are here.
Okay. Well,
we should probably go inside.
Yeah, let's go
again.
back to the room.
Yeah,
Stuffy.
where's Magnus? We need everyone. Let's all
Yes,
go.
yes,
Let's
yes.
return.
everyone's inside.
All right. So.
Ah! I'm dragging myself.
I found dead.
That easily.
So you're all back here.
Whoops. TPK.
Oh, you're back. Did you guys see anything?
Sadly,
Oh,
nothing.
my.
I was just here comforting Sanev.
Maybe only Magnus
Hmm.
could see it. We should have tried
Fucking,
that.
Gusta's air quotes comforting.
What do you mean? Why are you? What is that? What is that you were doing, Ghost?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand the rituals between man and woman.
A little snot bubble comes out of Jacques' nose, and he takes his finger and pops it as he sits down on the floor.
I'm gonna pick Child up, put Child on shoulder.
Okay. All right. Eluin over here, one of the Amai, one of the more prominent Amai, goes, okay, now, what has happened? This is all a terrible mess. Why is only one of the scouting crew here, and where's Dravidicus?
Again, here's Dravidicus. Shows the bag of ashes.
Yeah, Gorin holds up Dravidicus's ashes like, Dravidicus is here, unfortunately. Elowen kind of lowers her head and lets out a little silent prayer. One of the Eldrari has fallen. We will have to hold a proper funeral, but I fear now is not the time. Still have several scouts missing, and from the looks of it, all of you have returned, which means something faced is powerful.
About those scouts, I'm afraid they might have been a feast by now.
Yes. There is almost no way that they survived if, as that scout already said, some force took them unconscious, dragged them out there, and when she woke up, she only saw Dravidicus and eventually us. So, I am very, unfortunately, doubtful that anybody survived. Those things are hungry, hungrier than any other evil beast I've seen.
Given what we faced down there, it's even a surprise that Sanav survived. These creatures, this even held a very, it seemed almost easy time taking down me.
They laughed at us
you were blind.
while we fought.
Their magic is strange. Just a single touch can make you lose your senses.
Again, it was like we were the prey and they were the hunters.
That's usually my job. I'm usually the hunter. I'm good at it. It was honestly ridiculous. I'm pretty young and not as wise as many of the other members of this court, but I have my fair share around hunting and being hunted, and I'm usually not on the other side of that.
It is an eye-opening experience what transpired down there.
Honestly, if it wasn't for Bobberton, we'd be dead.
Yeah, I used my last bit of spell energy to recall us all back here.
Ardril kind of speaks up. He's been quiet this whole time. He's a bit of a loner in the group. He goes, well, if we all went there, do you think we have a fair chance? Rexaris, I'll ask you directly. Give me the truth.
If every one of the Eldrari went, I wouldn't be surprised that we would have an alright chance. But we would need to come with an escape plan because these things, they're tricky bastards.
Where we ended up, we didn't see an end in sight, so we don't even know where it is. Again, there's like a flesh, like an alive being back there.
Their numbers were also overwhelming. We're not sure if we fought them all. If they kept coming, we might have all fell.
It was almost like they had an army and they just kept multiplying over and over again. Not to mention, they were able to move through the walls almost like it was a pathway.
Sounds like hell itself. Says Ardril.
Truly was hellish.
So, in a sense, anyone who would come down there would get picked off one by one. Because they would just ambush.
That's another thing, is these beings had some kind of intelligence, right? I look at Magnus and Rex, it's like,
Again,
they were smart. They actually tried to kill us with tactics, unlike any beast I've seen.
They took joy in what they were doing.
It was not like, for instance, Dravidicus was the weakest one because he was incapacitated at the time. and they focused on him.
He was a mage, ambushed, caught unawares, and dragged away from us. It is. They took advantage of our weaknesses.
They even
Anyone kinda
blinded me.
Strokes her chin. Anyone strokes her chin and goes, right, they do sound like they're intelligent, or at least something is leading them that's intelligent. Eluin, I believe we should commune with the Imra. I agree, she says. Well, Eldurai, we will go speak with the Emira. In a moment's time, join us in the main hall.
Wait, before you go, we have a bit of a plunder, I'd say.
Oh?
Ooh, we have acquired what seems to be a seed of the tree, the world tree.
Oh, we see seeds from Moldrera all the time, so what do we defend?
But in this
do you mean?
place, in
You're
a
saying
locket?
you found it in there?
Yes.
In a locket?
And I open the locket, give her the seed, close the locket.
It was next to two sarcophagi of Valen origin.
Yes, in a brazier of sorts, in the middle.
Sarcophagi of Valen and a world tree seed. This is undeniably a seed, but
The tombs were fake. The sarcophagi had nothing inside. They were just for honor or symbolism.
and there are initials on this locket.
The locket's closed, and I'm kind of shielding it away.
I didn't see those initials on the locket. Please retract that statement. However, that seed, though, it does appear to be a world tree seed, but not from Eldrera.
And remember what Devin said. He said that he couldn't feel us in Ardera, right? He couldn't feel us in this world. So this is a seed from some place that the tree's presence is not present.
Or we could have a traitor that brought the seed there.
Question. Does the world tree know? Is there a place in this world where the world tree would not be able to detect or to? It does.
The underworlds?
Its reach would not. There's a place without its reach. I would have tried to say.
And when the woman next to you shakes her head, no, the tree's roots reach deep into Ainul, and it would feel everything, and while things most distant from it might take a while to detect or feel faint, it would still be connected. Everything on this plane in this world can be felt through the tree.
Even the underworlds?
Well, it does get a bit different when it comes to the underworld, but being that the underworld is part of this plane, yes, in theory.
I think we can conclude that that place is a separate reality, a different plane.
So personally,
Eluin looks at Klein after you made that traitor comment and goes, please, that comment, she kind of like whispers you a little bit. Don't spread that past this room. Whether it be true or not, we can't cause a panic.
I just look her in her eyes and just say, I know. And I
Also,
pocket the
by
locket.
the way-
I put the locket in my pocket.
Lock it in the pocket.
Yep.
Lock it in the pocket. Well, I believe you all should rest. You look... Oh, well, you look terrible. I won't put it lightly.
Overton yawns. Yes. As much as I would seriously love to save the rest of the scouts, I do think they're probably worse for wear, and we also do need to rest, otherwise we will not be functional for whatever comes next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rest here. Go ahead.
I was just, yes, Bobberton, I agree, but even I know, and I was not there for long, that those scouts are definitely dead.
I try to be optimistic, and we still need to go down there anyways to investigate further at some point, so...
There's definitely no question of that. Even if our odds are stacked against us, there is no way that we are not going back down there.
Right. Eloin looks at you all. Well, rest here in your hall. We shall commune with the Amira and call upon you when the time is ready.
Very well.
With that, they leave. Oh, were you gonna say something?
Very well, my lady. Is the weaponsmith still around? By any chance? I have a question about something I found down there.
Sorry, when you said my lady, I couldn't help but think of you tipping a fedora. The weaponsmith. Yes? He is still
Yes.
here.
Very well, I must meet with him.
You needed to see the forge?
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
Which, also, out of character, real quick,
Mhm.
I decided that I would rather you have that sword, like, introduce it proper. So I'm retconning that you don't have it again.
Okay. Never mind then.
yeah.
Never
yeah,
mind
yeah.
then.
'Cause I think introducing it, yeah, it's a sentient sword now, so I don't want to like
Yeah.
make it. Yeah.
So all the way back then, all I've been doing was using my Archean blade the whole time. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And a scimitar, sure, it's fun.
Very well. Then I will change my question. I shall go now to the granary and the stocks. I must refill on my, my elixirs.
Look at Magus with such disappointment. Just be a bit light. I don't want to make you look ill in front of the court, but there were quite a few situations where you could have been less intoxicated.
Maybe he wasn't drunk enough to see it.
Are you questioning someone of a higher rank?
No, I'm giving a suggestion to you as a friend.
Magnus, you're an addict. You need to stop.
Okay, rank 2 questioned you. I gave you a suggestion.
I'm 3, rank 3.
I forget. Yeah, rank 3.
Alberton, as much as I do disagree with your questioning of rank, I am not quite sure if the drinking habit is healthy either.
Rex, it wasn't a question. It was a suggestion from a friend.
Raxorus, he walked into 3 pit traps, and then he stepped on a pressure plate.
Soon as
And
Clive
the
starts
room-
talking, I back off, so I look I wasn't here to begin with.
And the room started filling with acid.
Magnus, are you
And-
serious?
Well, we're
It was-
alive.
we also got shot with arrows from traps a couple times.
Well,
Magnus also activated the boulder trap in the beginning.
No.
Magnus, are you serious?
Yeah. So I'd say that's about 6 traps he activated total.
well, we're alive, aren't we?
Magnus,
Palm hits her face and she goes, and the fate of us depends on you all. My gods.
Oh, please.
I'm
But-
just saying, you
but-
need
but
to
lady-
seriously question some things.
You have.
Do we have magical rehab in this? Something like that.
It's called a slap in the face
Is
from a good friend.
that an in-character question or an out-of-character question?
In character. I'm
There's
asking
no
if
such
we
thing
have
as rehab.
magical rehab.
There is no such thing as rehab back then, I'm assuming. Or at least in this scenario.
Edwin looks at Magnus and goes, please don't make me have to restrict your drinking privileges again.
Just
Oh,
drink water and
please.
pretend it's alcohol.
I I was only checking up on the pigs and making sure that they were fine. It's not like I was sleeping beside the sty. Come on now.
Wouldn't be the first.
That they
I don't get
start
paid enough
walking
for
away.
this shit.
Magnus, I'm just letting you know that if you end up falling into any more traps around my watch, it's not the traps you'll be worrying about.
Again, we're alive, aren't we? We're fine.
We are alive.
Everything is
The-
fine. As he
The room was filling with acid and you managed to fall into another pitfall. 2 traps in less than 10 seconds.
Were you harmed in any of those times? Yes or no?
No.
Let's
I
see,
mean,
you
one-
harmed us.
Answer. There's your answer. Now, if you excuse me, I will go off to the granary now. Thank you.
I have a headache. Where's the nearest bed?
So there are beds in here. Trying to find them for you.
I imagine we all have our own quarters, though, right?
Yeah.
Almost like a barack situation.
Yeah, I'll say you all have your own quarters. See if I can draw you some real quick. It might be
Are
beyond
these-
my capability right now.
Hold on. I don't know.
Or you're gonna have the AI whip it up.
I was gonna ask, are these
They're supposed to be little tombs.
Oh, okay.
A little sarcophagi for.
To represent previously fallen Aldreri.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is known as like the Hall of Champions. So this is where this is your sanctuary. So this is like where you teleport to,
Yeah, fair
where
enough.
you all have your monthly club meetings, etc.
So you said because we're Aldrey, we have a lot of like money laying around, right?
Yeah, you got a ton.
Cool. Cool. So can I go to the stores like shops around and buy stuff like materials for spells?
Yeah.
Can I buy like 2 of each for each spell that requires it?
Yeah.
Cool, thanks. How about 3 for each spell?
Sure. I mean,
Cool.
it's your money. Do whatever you want.
Just make sure you-
Basically, the materials in this city are vast. Anything
Gotcha,
you want
gotcha.
to purchase.
Yeah.
other
I
than,
just want to.
like-
I just
like-
want to cast spells
yeah.
without worrying about like, fuck, dude, I don't have this 7 billion gold diamonds. Fuck.
Yeah. So you can what was I gonna say? You can go ahead, everyone. I guess take your long rest. Actually, real quick, while
Oh.
Long rest.
let me.
I don't think
do
any of
something
us
real quick.
actually leveled up.
I did.
You did.
I'm
Yeah.
in the process of it. I didn't do it.
Hold
because I
up,
wanted
yeah.
to see what would happen.
We're 14
Like,
now, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, me
You
see how
guys
this-
are 14.
looks real quick.
Oh, are you higher level than us?
I'm 1 by 1.
Oh, you're level 15.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
'Cause I'm
we-
cool and gamer.
Yeah, we can't see your character sheet.
Yeah.
The little rat still hasn't updated my weapon.
What, me?
What?
Did you call me a little rat?
No,
Mm-mm.
I would never.
You have already.
Kinda-
No. No. No.
Dang.
Suddenly, Thanasis, the god, shows up and a bolt of lightning just.
A little help, please.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
they get the.
also you
toaster.
you all go to like your own quarters here, so you get your own like rest time. But yeah, go ahead and level up. And then Magnus, you specifically wanted to go to like a granary
Yes.
before your sleep
hmm
or after.
Well, let's just say he already.
I guess like
During that time, he's already gone
He
and involved with the
slept
sleep.
in the granary.
Probably did sleep in the granary.
Ignore that. Sorry.
you're good.
I just remembered that I have Zone of Truth. That's a
I
fun
cast
spell.
Zone of Truth.
R.I.P. General Kaelynth, frozen in ice forever.
Yeah, I looked at his I looked at his art and I'm like, this guy looks like the elven version of fucking Madara from Naruto.
He kind of does a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was like, yo, this guy looks like he kicked some ass.
Seriously.
And now he's frozen in ice. What a nerd.
After I wake up, can I go to the library and do research on the pyramid that we found in the vampire room?
Yeah.
Cool.
I know, like there a lot of this like court stuff and like ranking is based upon combat, but is there any like I don't know, like duties I would have as number one that I should be attending to?
That's a good question.
I don't think it's strictly combat, cause like I can challenge you to like a duel of alcohol, like who can drink the most. We just both have to agree, and whoever wins gets the position.
Interesting.
But we both have to agree.
Yeah.
Slife, can you edit my character sheet to make me level 14 now? I'd rather not
Yeah.
import from D&D Beyond because of my magic item.
Okay.
You can tick off importing equipment.
Yeah, so just tick off weapons, other equipment, and
Oh,
you should
okay.
be fine.
I'll be right back. I need to pee again.
Yeah, I guess try the import
If you
method.
take off your
and,
your equipment and then export, you're fine.
I'll duplicate your character in case it fucks up.
Okay.
Duplicated. Okay,
Thank
you
you.
have a dupe now.
I didn't do. Oh.
Uh,
I think I'm okay now.
Go here and
Everything should be fine.
don't take weapons and other equipment. Keep those unchecked, right?
I would assume.
I'm not sure what you're supposed to check or uncheck because I've never done it. Truthfully,
You
does anyone
what?
know?
I'll do this since you made the backup, and it'll probably be fine.
Nice. Armor class is now 19.
Nice.
Got a new feature.
Let's go. I got it. I got my feature, but I have my weapon still.
So that worked. That little method.
Yeah,
Nice.
that worked.
I have a question. Well, this might be too meta, but were the demon things doing necrotic damage?
Yes.
Damn it! This
I think
is
some
my
did.
fault
I
for
don't know if
not.
they all did though.
They
Well,
didn't all do it, but
If
the
some did and
Yeah.
hit me ever, I have resistance to necrotic damage.
Oh,
Oh
lovely.
no.
What?
you know the black shadowy ones that dual wielded swords,
Gosh,
and they made
Darn
attack
it.
rolls like spells. They
I
they dealt fully.
well,
necrotic
well
damage.
now I know that I have resistance to necrotic damage and radiant damage.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So now I know.
Thanks.
Since we're taking a long rest, Goss is just gonna like leave the room and just go find a tree to sleep under outside.
You have your
Oh,
own quarters.
Cam, you never answered my question.
Oh, what was your question? Sorry.
Yeah.
It was if there was anything as number one that I should be attending to.
Oh yeah, about that. No, not. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like, you don't really have like. No, I can't think of anything. I mean, if anything, you're responsible for just like representing the Eldra as a whole at this point. Like if they need to just speak to one of you, it would be you.
Yeah.
But you don't have like duties and things you have to like check up on, things like that. No.
You'd probably be responsible for us too. So if like during a
Making
mission,
sure that
one
we're
of
all
us
safe
is-
and we're all
Yeah,
Doing our-
that's
doing our
or
shit.
if like one of us is like insubordination during a mission, you would be responsible for that because you're the
Yeah.
leader.
I don't know. I guess what I'd be doing right now is resting and also making sure that like I'd be probably taking particular care to watch over Jack to make sure that Jack doesn't go off and do anything stupid. Yeah. So that's probably what I'm gonna be doing during this time period because I don't need to like refresh on any items or anything like that. So I'm
Training.
just gonna be chilling and watching Jack.
Question. Also.
Yeah.
Now that the rank, this is only storyline wise. So now that Dravidicus is no longer around, does that mean everyone ranks up one? Technically.
Not everybody. Everybody that was below him does.
Yeah.
That's to be decided.
Okay.
Dravidicus
Or
was
is it
5,
just like
right?
an
Or
open?
4.
Or are we gonna have
I'm
some sort of
4.
tournament to see who takes over for
Tournament arc. Tournament arc.
See, would there be actually I think as number one, what I want to do bringing up Dravidicus
I'll be back.
is I want to see if I can glean any information from his quarters. Like I'd probably go there and just and look through some of his things to see if he was working on anything that I would need to, I guess, take responsibility for now that he's gone. Or could take responsibility for, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're looking through his quarters, and Dravidicus actually did contribute quite a bit to the library here in Ilvum. You can see he has several kind of half-finished manuscripts that have half-finished spells that he's been sort of theory crafting with. See some rather high-level magic. It doesn't all quite make sense to you because it's not finished, and additionally, you're not a sorcerer like wizard like he was. But you can see that he made quite a bit of progress on the spells, and perhaps you should maybe donate to the library for them to finish. In addition, you see that he has he had a really peculiar habit of kind of tinkering with things and seeing how they worked. So he has a couple of these more mechanical, smaller gadgets about the size of wristwatches that are half dismantled. You don't exactly know what they're for, though.
Okay. I want to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna donate the spells to the library to be finished. But specifically in relation to these little mechanical things. My first question would we have someone besides myself who would be, and obviously Divictus being he's dead, that might be able to be knowledgeable in mechanics. Is there someone that I would know to bring these to, other than me investigating them myself?
So someone in the library might know, offhand, it tends to be full of intelligent Valen.
That's where I
as
am
far-
right now.
As far as the other Aldreri, don't offhand. Let me think real quick if any of you as players would really. I don't think it really fits any of your backgrounds for you to know much about.
I'm a mechanical person like that.
Dads. Yeah, the only other one. So none of the player characters know. But Thaleness is Ilmaris. She's ranked number 3. She's, a pretty damn powerful sorceress. She's pretty intelligent. She might know. And some of the members of the Amai might know too. But she definitely might be a good source.
I want to do
We're pretty close.
I want to do a quick check to see if I can glean anything from them. But whether or not I'm very successful or not, I will want to bring these over to her and see what she gleams. What would I make? What check would I make for that?
on that. Likely it's going to be... I'm leaning towards investigation
All right, I can do that.
or insight. One of the two. Or arcana. I would say those three would probably cover it.
Insight would involve the intentions of a creature. So it would probably
Okay,
be
we'll rule that one out.
investigation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I would
mean-
say investigation or arcana.
Yeah.
So depending
Either
on how
w-
you really want to...
Yeah, either one are. I'll probably do investigation. Either one are a -1 for me, so I'm just gonna go. It doesn't really matter which one I roll, but I'll use investigation.
Or it matters for story purposes.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay. Do. Like it. Oh, hey, not bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. So, as you sort of look through the different pieces, like I said, this is about, again, like a wristwatch size small ball, and it's made up of these like several. It looks what should form a sphere, but it's made up of these like several different sections that are broken apart, and many of them almost like a puzzle. Imagine almost like a round Rubik's cube, but with
Okay.
more jagged pieces and pieces that aren't all symmetrical, and most of it is broken apart. So you're kind of like trying to piece it back together like a puzzle, and
Yeah.
you're getting frustrated as things aren't fitting in, and just the size of it, you're getting a little frustrated at. You don't have the exact dexterous precision. Perhaps maybe there's a tool that Draviticus used. You theorize, but you kind of do piece it together, maybe like 75% of the way, and it starts to kind of like the magics inside of it start to kind of like buzz and whirl and kind of come to life, and you see it project out a little beam, and in it you see kind of like a distorted image that you as a player, not a character, would kind of, it's akin to like a Star Wars holographic recording, but it's
Hell yeah.
so that makes sense, right? So that's
Yeah.
kind of what you're seeing, is like this. It's like a strange kind of projection of something, like an image, but it's really distorted and
Well, it
there
looks
is
like
the
an
sound-
illusion, magic of sorts.
Yeah, exactly.
Help me open can open your mildly hope. Yeah, so I'm going to, with that knowledge in hand, I'm going to pocket that. I'm going to grab the spells, the unfinished spells. Is there anything else of note that I find in this room before I take my leave?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All right.
So aside from the various spell scrolls, that kind of like 3/4 finished gyro circle thing, you see a number of books that appear to be on like relatively mundane topics, nothing too crazy. The uses of different alchemical substances, how to use animal parts, things like that. Mostly all alchemy based, but there is this other little device that's actually, you didn't see it at first. It has some dust on it, and it's tucked away. Inside the desk in this room, as you open it, you kind of see it tucked away in the back with a piece of like cloth over it. And as you pull away the cloth, it almost looks like a small, like mechanical crab.
Huh. I want to look like, I want to try to activate it, see what it does.
Okay. So
Um,
it has on the face of it, it has this mechanism that looks like it can wind either kind of forward or backward.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on
That's what
the.
it looks like.
Oh, we have an image.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, go ahead. You can keep explaining all.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the desk and just like wind it forward a tad.
Okay. So, as you wind it forward just a little bit, you hear like clicking, almost like a little clock, like, and then it ceases clicking and gets back to the neutral position that it started in. And nothing really seems to happen though.
Okay, I'm gonna include this in the items that I'm going to take to the one person, I forget her name.
Really, I take it back. I take it back because there's something I did want to happen, but I explained that kind of poorly.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so as you wound it forward, the small candle that's lit on top of this desk, as soon as it begins to make the clicking sound, you notice that the candle's flame seems to flicker unnaturally to a position that, like the normal flicker of a flame is very smooth and steady. It seems to kind of like jarringly like flick to it kind of looks strange to you. Like you just kind of see it at the corner of your eye, like that wasn't a natural movement of that flame.
Okay. I want to so this is a candle, correct?
Yeah, this is a candle flame that's kind of just like it flickered in an unnatural manner. That kind of matched with the sound of that.
Okay. I'm going to wind it again. And this time watch the flame.
Okay. And are you winding it clockwise like you did before or counterclockwise?
I'm gonna wind it clockwise.
Okay. So how many clicks would you like to wind it?
I'll go with
4.
You know what? I'll take Nate's suggestion, 4 clicks.
4? Okay. All right. So you wind it forward or clockwise 4 clicks, and as you watch the candle's flame, you once again, as the clicking comes to an end, you see it from where it once was to just once again it's just in an unnatural position that seems to almost how do I explain it? It just seems to not move correct time.
I want to cast detect magic on the candle. Like
Okay.
whilst I basically want to I'm going to turn the crab like 10 clicks, and then right after, as soon as that's done, I'm gonna do it clockwise again. I'm going to cast detect magic on the wavering candle.
Okay. So once again, spin it. I'm actually gonna put what it looks like real quick in chat. I tried to get it into game, but it's being a pain in the. I'm gonna put it in our game chat real quick. Just give me 1 second. Looks pretty cool. Alright, there. Alright, so 10 clicks, you cast detect magic, and once again you see the flame move in a natural way, and you detect magic in a small area around you, kind of emanating from that little mechanical crab, and you're able to detect the domain of the magic, which is chronomancy.
What is chronomancy?
Time magic.
What?
Well, I mean, I
type-
don't know. I think Robert can get that from its name, but I don't know if he's asking. Were you asking for Rex?
I was asking in general.
Robert, it's Chrono. It's time.
Oh, time
Time
magic?
magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've played Chrono Trigger a little bit.
Yes, I have played Chrono Trigger. Thank you, Nathaniel. Um. Okay, so this has to deal with time. What is this puzzle? My intelligence when it comes to puzzles is the same as Rexaris, which is an 8.
You hit it hard enough.
Yeah. I imagine that I am getting frustrated like Rexaris is. So what Rexaris is gonna do, because he hasn't tried it yet, he's going to turn it counterclockwise. I'm gonna do it 12 ticks this time.
Okay. As you're doing this, you see Jacques, like as you're winding this up, you see Jacques kind of like waddle into your room. Or wait, you have him with you, right?
Yeah, Jack has just been here.
Okay, so as you're clicking this kind of counterclockwise, Jacques actually just like pops off of the little bed that you two are on, or that he's on, and just kind of goes towards the corner, kind of chasing what looks like a little shiny object in the corner. You're not quite sure what it is, but he seems distracted. So you spin it, and after you spin it, you're looking at the candle still, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're looking at the candle, and it once again does that weird kind of a natural flame. After those you said 12 clicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, so after those 12 clicks. So it does the same kind of weird jumpy thing. But then you also notice Jack hopping off the bed and then going into the corner to chase a shiny thing.
I look over at Jack, and I'm going to... Do I see what shiny thing Jack is chasing?
No, it's just like a little glint of light or something. You can't quite make out what it is.
I'm
It's
gonna...
like a little bug, but you saw him do it a couple seconds ago, and now he's doing the same thing again. Like, he already went to face the shiny thing, then you wound the device, and then once again he is back to where he was. And
Okay.
Now
I'm
chasing the
going
shiny thing once again.
to stop. I'm going to take out the flame of the candle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the crab and wind it back a few clicks counterclockwise.
Okay. So as you do that, you see the flame reflicker. And it's lit back up.
There's no way. Oh. So Rexaris is assuming that this fucking crab can turn back time. Okay.
Fair assumption.
Have I seen magic that can control time at that level like that? Would this be alarming in like to me?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like absolutely alarming. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
was
so-
the? Wow. Okay.
I'm not sure how much Cam is working off of like random, like just kind of like ab living, or how much of this he had planned. Because I didn't think he'd actually have any of us planned to go to Dravidicus's room right away. So I'm genuinely curious on what the hell's happening here.
This needs to be investigated properly, and I am not 100% the person to do that. I pocket the crab, alongside everything else. So I grab all the books, all the spells, the little Rubik's cube. I put essentially just everything in my bag of holding for now.
Okay.
And I'm going to go, because I would report the time crab to the upper echelon almost instantly if it wasn't for the fact that they're kind of busy dealing with the other problems right now. So I'm gonna go and bring this to the person you had suggested who might be more knowledgeable in such things, the other sorcerer within the within our ranks.
Okay. Are you? So I'd say that took you like probably a good hour or two of downtime, gathering books, all that stuff
Yeah.
like
And I do bring Jacques
Uh,
with me.
that. Yeah. So I would say, because I mean, unless you don't want your long rest, you probably want to start resting soon. I mean, I don't want to like force you to rest, but
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really thinking because it's like
you don't have
that's
to
hard.
rest. I mean, you can,
That's hard because
Robert might be in character for you to not rest, I think,
yeah,
honestly.
that's what I'm thinking. Honestly, as much as I want my spells back, I mean, it's gonna be it's pretty damn in character for me to take care of this now.
well, your spells are
Um,
warlock slots, right?
I have Warlock and Paladin slots as well as Pact Magic.
I think that all comes back on a short rest. Am I wrong? I know warlocks do. Do paladins come back on short or long? I want to say it's short.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I think it's long
Because
for Paladin.
is it long? Cause yeah, it might be. Because I was gonna say you'll have your warlock slots back because you've definitely sufficed a short rest for sure.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get back your hit dice if you needed those, and paladin slots.
Did I get fully healed in the
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, but his hit die didn't go back up.
Oh yeah.
How do I didn't use my hit dice, so they're
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't
all
use them
back.
before. He's still at full.
So how do
Yeah.
I roll a short rest?
You just open up your character sheet, and there's S rest and L rest below your hit dice. Press S rest,
Okay.
and then it should tell you what to do.
Yeah. Select hit. Okay. Short rest. But either way, I'm going to head over to the Agile. Yeah, that person.
Okay.
My brain
So-
don't work.
It's all good. Let's do. All right, so we'll say that she's in her room as well too, to make things easier.
Yeah.
And we'll say it's over here is her room.
Yeah. I like knock on the door.
Okay, so knock knock. She answers and goes, Maxaris, what is it? You should be resting.
Yes, well, I found a few things that I find quite alarming. I went to Dravidicus's room, given that I imagine that he had some things that might be worth investigating. And I actually found quite amount of things worth investigating. And I figured you would have the most knowledge in the things that I found. The most of note was this sphere that seemed to cast an illusion of some sort once completed. I didn't manage to completely build it, but that might be something you can do. But the biggest thing of concern was this crab-like contraption, and I pull it out, and I may be wrong in this, given that this is not my realm of expertise, but this was gleaming chronomancy. And I swear that it has the ability to turn back time, possibly even move it forward.
What? Leviticus known to tinker, but this is another level of power. Let me see.
And I hand her the crab.
Okay. So she holds it in her palm, and with her other free hand, she casts detect magic on it. Wow, you're right. I do detect chronomancy on this object. How does it work?
So, from my understanding, this was tested with a candle as well as, I guess, a jack. If you turn it counterclockwise, time goes back, and I think it goes back a certain amount of time depending on the amount of time you turn the trigger counterclockwise. And I have to imagine time goes forward with it clockwise that would be the natural assumption.
I want to test it, but I'm worried. Well, I shall try. And she takes her finger and kind of moves it back one click, and here's the audible clicking sound. And then goes another click for a second click. And then after that, she tries to go for a third click, and it gets kind of like stuck, like. And as she lets go, same effect kind of happens before. And this time, you're now mid-sentence saying, "That's how I imagined it would be. I assume so." And she goes, What? It is chronomancy.
What happened?
I just wound it back a couple times, 2 times to be precise. And the third click back, I tried, but it got stuck. But you just repeated your speech for the last 2 seconds.
This is a find. Dravidicus was dealing with some heavy magic in there then.
Chronomancy is really only known to be used by Thanasis, the chief god of gods, the god of time himself.
Oh, how did Dravidicus have access to any of that?
Thinking the same thing. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll try to move it forward. And she tries to go forward just one click, and it still is stuck. Why is it not moving now? It was moving before just fine.
There might have been charges to it. I did wound it forward and back quite a few times when trying to figure it out. That might have been error on my part, and I do apologize.
Do you recall how many times you tried to move it?
I think if I'm correct, a total... it was 20 for the ones we were counting, and then there was the first one, which I didn't give you an exact number.
Nope.
So you would have to tell me what the first one was, because it was 20 otherwise.
Yeah, I had you down as 28 turns up till now.
28 up, so yeah. 28.
I did.
And 12 of those were backwards.
Okay, and I just did 2, and it got stuck on the third, which would be 30?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I would very much like to examine this. I just need some time to really decipher its inner workings. Would you mind if I held on to this?
You would be the only one qualified, so yes, that's why I brought it straight to you.
Right, well, I thank you for this.
I would like you to also investigate this sphere as well. Maybe a lower priority, but there might be something interesting with it as well. I was able to get it to cast some sort of illusion magic, I assume, but it was a very blurry image. I couldn't make it out what it was trying to show me.
Okay, right, no, this is fascinating. You see, like, glee kind of coming over her face, like a child just got a Christmas present. I will definitely investigate these. Please, leave them with me.
Sounds like a plan. Please report to me as soon as you find anything of note.
Yes, sir, of course.
I will leave you be. I must finally go rest. It has been a long day.
Right, enjoy your rest. I will try to rest, but well, you know me. I can't wait to look at these.
Of course. And I take my leave. I'll stop by the library and donate the books and the manuscript spells before I go back to my quarters and rest.
Okay. All right, you drop those off. They say their thank yous, all that stuff like that, and they will be researching those half-written spells, and they are very grateful because many of the characters in there they're very unfamiliar with. They're genuinely kind of surprised. They're like, what was Dravidicus making? Most impressive.
Yeah, Dravidicus was on some crazy shit.
He was. And with that, so before we go past the rest, does anyone else want to do anything for the rest real quick?
Other than passing out
Oh.
in the greenery, no.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to think. I mean, I don't think my character. I think my character's exhausted, and he's kind of speedrunning this. As soon as he's rested up, as soon as he's rested up, the sooner he can start investigating. So I think he's probably just gonna go straight to rest.
Okay, so if you all haven't already, you can go ahead and do long rest, and then we will give one to Jacques too. He needs one badly. Poor little bugger. Oh, I need to level him up too. I'll do it later.
Maybe got smacked in the head
Right.
a couple times.
All right, so you all finished your rest, and as you do finish, see Eluin come through. All right. I hope you all rested. We have a meeting. Please join us in the main hall. Then once again leaves.
Yeah, I follow and I make sure that Jacques follows as well.
Magnus slowly gets up. It's time already. Alright.
Right. So you all head to the main hall in the court. And all right. So now in the main hall, Silvar, then Peros, one of the Amai, one of the more prominent figures. Typically, Eluin and Ham are seen as the two leading figures. There's no real hierarchy among them. It's the five is it's a flat structure, but still, he just tends to be the most vocal, most prominent one of them all. So he often speaks for the group. So as you all are gathered here, he speaks to you all. Says, "The Amai have heard your report, spoken to the Ymra. They, too, have felt dark pull magics from a different world. And we can confirm this is most definitely something from outside of Ainur. Something evil. And with that, we have come upon a solution. But it is, well, even for you all, it will be a bit beyond what you're used to." Ebden says, "What do you mean by that?" "Well, the Ymira, through the tree, spoken directly to the gods. And they too were blindsided by what did occur. Thus, we do need their aid in order to strike back and defend this world." See Jacques reaching up in the air still, trying to grab.
I look over at Jacques and I'm like, "Ah, so that's what you were going for. I see.
He nods his head.
How do we glean assistance from the gods in this case?"
Eloin speaks up. "To do that, we will speak through the Ymira and commune directly with the gods. And as that happens, you hear the sound of these wind chimes kind of hovering in the air. Their location and whether or not they're actually from physical chimes isn't made clear to you. You more hear it as a 360-degree sound in your own mind. And with that, in the seat, you see something manifest. It has a long, kind of snake-like body that comes up into this veiled form with great white antlers, 2 sets of eyes, green. Gonna roll for a second. Stand by. Stand by for immersion.
Immersion incoming.
Just waiting on that loading screen now.
Oh, are you on the loading screen still?
No. I was just saying we're on that loading screen right now.
Oh yeah.
Immersion on Sandfly. Immersion waiting.
Immersion coming soon to a grocery store near you.
Come on. Come on, where is it?
All we need now is
50%.
DHL sounds.
We need some we need
Elevator
some
music.
modem. Yeah, elevator music, modem noises. I don't know, it's just something.
All that's stacked together.
Oh
Some
god.
light
not-
jazz.
Oh, here it
Where's-
is. Give me a
Ah,
second.
we've
I'm
rendered.
not looking.
We've rendered.
Everybody, look away from your computer.
Everyone close your eyes for 1 second.
What?
Oh, I blinked. What happened?
What's going on?
What happened is you didn't see it because you blinked.
Oh,
it's
whoa.
evolving. Oh my
It's-
god.
It's because
It's evolving.
If you're
getting its
making
second
statements
form.
about it, you didn't close your eyes.
I did close my. I can sense it. You wouldn't understand. You're not a priest like me.
Yeah, I'm the
I think-
number 1 rank, so I can just like know.
Yeah.
I just know.
Don't question your superiors. What the hell, Bucket?
Yeah. What the fuck?
No, this is an out of character
Right.
critique of y'all's game sense.
I'm God. I'm above you.
My browser is literally black screen. I don't know what's going on. 1 second.
Oh no,
I
Google
mean, you
Chrome no
you
work.
told everybody to close their eyes, and maybe you closed it too.
I guess so. I'm gonna do a quick refresh because holy shit. What's
My
going on?
immersion.
I know. Just pause. Hold your immersion. Hold it. Pause it.
Immersion, please stand by.
See, I'm
Man,
just
they're
zoomed in on this fire.
Man, we're really still on that
There you go.
beta, aren't we? Huh?
No, it's just my computer. But yeah, you're in the beta. 100%.
I don't know. This feels kind of like an alpha to me.
It is a little alpha-ish.
I'm just staring at this beautifully animated fire.
It is very, very good fire.
Got that immersive fire sounds.
I do really.
It's
I
pretty
like
nice.
Foundry so much.
It is pretty cool. Alright. I think it's gonna work now.
Have we tried blowing into the cartridge before we inserted the game?
Yeah.
Oh, it worked.
I don't know what
Uh,
that means for Cam.
Dude, one time I fixed a broken game disc by rubbing toothpaste all over it
What
and
the
wiping
fuck?
it off. Okay, hear me out. It worked.
Dude.
I had a really fucked up scratch disc that would not play, and then I rubbed toothpaste in it. This is what the internet told me to do. I rubbed toothpaste all over the disc and cleaned it off like super well, and then I inserted it back into the Xbox and it ran. I imagine the toothpaste and like the water and all that was just
Yeah.
like cleaned it really.
You just
well.
reminded me the time my Game Boy blue screened when I was playing Pokemon Emerald and had a shiny in front of me.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
that
that's
ready to
sucks.
so
catch.
sad. Do you remember which shiny it was?
I think it was just an oddish or something like that. But it was
Oddish
still a
shiny.
shiny. It was still a shiny, damn it.
Alright, let's do this. Okay. Yay! Okay. So, yeah, that was flawless transition there. So, you
shit.
see, you see this creature. None of you have ever seen the Ymir before. Maybe Rexaris might have caught a glimpse. A couple of you might have caught a glimpse before. It's always in different various forms, but you've never really truly seen it. And now its long snake-like body, it seems to have like no end, and it kind of transparently is connected into the tree, almost like this is an extension of like an umbilical cord from the tree, and then its body kind of slithers up into this formless white veil, and these green sets of eyes kind of pierce down at you with the massive sets of antlers hanging above. And you hear once again the sound of like wind chimes kind of in the air. And all the Amai,
Kneel.
yeah, all the Amai kneel down, as do the other Aldreri around you. And
Yeah,
climb.
I would instinctively kneel down as well then.
Right, so I take it all of you kneel. Is anyone in opposition of kneeling?
No, I kneel.
Jacques at first kind of looks around, doesn't kneel right away, but like looks at all of you do it, and then kneels. And once again, you hear the shaking of the wind chime sound. This time more vigorous. Shh. With that, you see these cherry blossom leaves kind of dancing through the air, wisping about up into the sky. And from that, you see these heavenly divine rays begin to shine down. And for you all appears a very large creature. You can feel it, sense it, before you can see it. Its shadow kind of covers the entirety of the court and then some, before you can even see what it is directly above you. And then you do see its form finally descend upon you, and immediately you do sense that it is God. A dragon god, Amarit, which is correctly named right there. Fix that. Amarit. And with this, you do see the Ymira kind of wisp away back into the tree. Everyone is all five of the Amai are just bowing even further. Some of their heads like digging into the ground with how much they're bowing. With that, Amarit looks at you all, states,
Raise your head.
I raise my head.
Yeah, I raise as well.
As you all raise your head and stare at this cosmically divine dragon, one of the 12 gods of this world, you're enamored by this sight. It's not often that mortals get to witness a greater deity. Being that this is a greater deity, it would be an avatar. It's not, greater deities typically can't enter into the realm, but they would send an avatar. But it is equally, as strong and powerful, and commands great respect. Amarit says to you all,
The gods have become aware evil's force. We require creatures from you all.
Sorry, Cam. It was we require what from you all?
I'll turn off the echo part. It'll be a little.
It's cool, but there's a few words just didn't pick up.
It's probably better now, right?
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, only a little bit?
No, it's
yeah,
fine.
it's good. It's good.
I could turn it off if need be.
No, it's fine.
This is fine.
Okay, well, back to God mode. We require greater strength of you all. For that, we will need you to travel with me to my realm.
Whatever you need.
If I may ask a question, well, is this realm safe for I forget the name of your species, Adrari? Is this realm safe for non-Adrari of us?
Valen. Our species is Valen.
Valen, yeah.
Yes, it is safe. I would not bring you somewhere that was not safe.
All right. Well, I have no objections.
All right, she lowers her wings that kind of stretch out, covering the span of this all. And you see Jacques kind of run up first. And to Jacques, she looks at Jacques and says,
Jacques.
and he smiles. They recognize each other. And Jacques climbs on her back. Bloop.
I follow Jack.
Okay.
It
I
is
follow
an
behind
honor.
Rex.
It is enormous. Yeah.
No, I said
That is
it.
Aldrai.
I said it is an honor, not it is enormous.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the god. I'm going to deeply bow before I so rudely step on her.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bow. I'm just gonna climb on.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, this is a lot for me to process, and if it's a god, it's a god. It probably gets the confusion.
I kind of do it impatiently.
Magnus is AFK. I'll say he drunkenly walks over and
I like
God
stare
damn it,
at
he's drunk
Magnus.
again.
Yeah, I stare at Magnus. I'm like, you better not fuck this up.
You can't have a
Magnus-
hangover if you're always drunk.
Magnus looks at the god and goes, "Is everybody else seeing this?"
Magnus,
No, what are you talking about?
Magnus,
There's nothing
please.
here.
Not right now.
I apologize
Okay,
for
listen.
him.
Why is this one intoxicated at this time?
It's his hobby.
You know what? Never mind. I need not know.
That is just Magnus. It is what he does. We try
I
our
feel
best
so embarrassed, to be honest.
to avoid such things. This is a problem that I am slightly newly aware of.
I have a question, Miss Goddess. Is there dragon alcohol?
Yes, there is.
Hey, Magnus. And I nudge him.
Let's
Are we-
let's
are
not
we
give
asking this
Magnus
question?
more alcohol. Can we? I look at everyone. I literally stare down everyone with like a nasty ass glare, and I say this: there is no more disrespect to be given. Honor-
I nod very easily.
Honor the goddess's presence, or there will be consequences.
I shrug and don't say anything else.
Good.
Right
Seem-
then. With everyone secured to me, I shall take you to my realm.
That she flaps her gigantic wings, begins to ascend. You all see Ilvum kind of sinking away into the distance as you swiftly are above it, and feels like you go higher and higher and higher, and it shrinks to so far into the distance it becomes like a little speck Before you know it, it's completely gone, and as you look around you, what once was sky kind of turns into shimmering lights, kind of wave throughout the air. The stars seem closer than ever, almost like you can reach out and touch them. You feel like you're moving at an incredibly fast speed, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable to you. After some time, trying to find the right.
There's a lot going on right now.
Is there?
Oh, I'm saying, I'm just like kind of speaking in like out of character, like, oh, this is exciting.
There definitely is a lot going on right now, that's for sure.
Dragon mommy.
Let's see.
Yes.
Check this song real quick. Good enough. All right, so before you all, the lights blend together into this kind of colorful rainbow, and then you finally see what looks to be land kind of manifesting ahead. And as we all ride on the back of the dragon, you see before you this realm of just wonder and beauty. You see kind of flying around these other 4 dragons, kind of escorting you in. You know, they appear to be different colors, one blue, red, green, white. And they look at you all as you pass by. And they particularly take special interest in Jack, though. And one of them, the white one, flies up to Amarit, kind of side by side as you all are in the back, and looks at Jack. This white one speaks directly at Jack.
Welcome back, Jacques.
Jack kind of just nods. You all can see this place, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't have anything to add. I'm just like, wow.
Okay, cool. I love it.
I look at Jack, I'm like, God, you some kind of like god or otherworldly being. Freaking knew it.
You actually speak that?
I'm like kind of mumbling to myself in my breath, but I'm trying not to
Yeah.
interrupt. I'm trying not to make a scene.
I'm just gonna whisper. Then why is the baby so stupid?
In the
Just, like,
back
under
of
my
my
breath.
mind, like I'm just like saying, don't let them know I tossed the baby.
I look at
Emmerich-
Bucket and wiggle my eyebrows.
I'm stone solid, no emotion.
I mean, I did dimensional door the child up to the top of the building.
Do a flip.
Let's see. The other Algeri, 1 second. Yeah, so as you continue through the air or through the sky, kind of taking in everything, it's beyond your comprehension. It's a realm of just cosmic magics filled with these large 4 dragons, each of that kind of unique color. And you also see lesser dragon spirits kind of that drift off into space. Some of them dissipate, some of them come into being. It's a very like transitory nature that these little smaller dragonlings have, almost like they're phasing in and out of existence. But there's a general sense of power and reverence as Emmerich flies through. Everything just takes heed of her presence. But the overall realm feels very, very welcoming, and this is the first time likely that any mortal has ever seen something of this scope. Amaret says to you all as she flies through.
Our next destination is to the great cosmic forge, where you will meet the Forge Master, Velrisin Zarval. From there, you will forge items to help you succeed.
Klein, I feel like we both kind of have like a big cleric moment. It's like, whoa, what kind of cleric weapons can we make?
I want a big gun.
Big gun. I say, like, as we go through, and I'm like, if I may speak, I just wanted to thank you for this treatment, this nicety. I understand the situation is given makes this needed, but I feel like thanks are still to be given.
Well, mortal, the gods thank you for your sacrifice thus far.
It
And
is not a sacrifice to work for the gods.
Rexaris like bows and like did as much as he can, being that he's still on the creature and the god, and he's kind of just he's very much at a loss for words, which I will tell like everybody within the within who knows Rexaris, like he's not the most talkative person, but loss for words is never something Rexaris is. And this is probably the first time any of you guys have ever seen him like actually tense.
Hmm.
I'm gonna stare at the locket, just in my hands. Just stare at it.
Kind of observing the room. Is there like, what is the blue stuff on the ground? Is that like water?
Hold on, let me go back. I was on a different map, sorry.
Oh, it's like there's like blue. That looks like cosmic dust or something.
Blue space
Yeah,
dust.
it's not water so much. It's like you just said. It's like blue cosmic space dust. So, Amaret is the goddess of. List her domains for you real quick. She's the goddess of wisdom, history, and reason. She's the most. I don't want to say powerful god, because when it comes to power, Thanasis is the number one as far as that goes. But she's like the god with the most force. Like whatever she enters, just her force is felt everywhere.
Like
and
her fucking sphere of influence.
yeah, it's just it's like immeasurable, and she just warps like realities and like space around her, and not so much time, but just like planets, like planetoids, just kind of
Yep.
massive.
She's the god with the most physical presence.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
If I may ask, before we leave, I have a question. That was not my accent at all. I have a question about gods in general. Do I have permission to ask such a question about gods and your beings?
Sorry, not to interrupt.
Of course.
Not to interrupt.
Yeah.
You might need to bring in the stream view. Sorry, I was eating.
Oh, is it not here?
Yeah, I left for a bit.
Oh, that's right, because you don't have vision here. That's right. I forgot. No, thank you for that. I will just shove your hair, then I think stream view should show up here too. I think. Let me know if it shows up.
Yep, we're good.
Cool. All right.
So,
no, thank you for that. Because it would suck to like not see this at all during the stream, right?
Yeah, so when you're looking at this when you upload it, it's just gonna be a little bit like maybe 10 minutes of. It's
Yeah.
okay.
What I'll probably do, I'll probably edit this screen to be like a still, and then overwrite like the past blank screen. It's not
That's
a big
not a
deal.
bad idea.
It's not a bad
Yeah,
idea.
it's fine. No, but thanks for the heads up, because that would have really sucked. I'd have been like, damn it. All right, so you're about to ask Amaret about
I asked if I can ask a question about gods.
Yes, ask.
So what, like, okay, you might be able to tell just by my markings, my signals, and whatever. Maybe not. I don't know if you guys actually care, but I am not one of these people who've lived for thousands of years. I am a different creature entirely. I'm a lizard folk. I worship the god of storm, Envil. What do you know about him? I felt his presence. I've seen him, and I kind of figured in a higher plane that's where he was. Is this a different kind of higher plane?
Well, Bobberton, I know much about you, being that you are lizard folk and one of my favorite kinds. Close kin of the
Appreciate
dragons that I had created, of course. However, to answer your question, each god has their own domain. This is mine.
Oh,
Bondville has his own.
okay, cool. Thanks for answering the question. I'll find him someday if I live long enough. But I will always appreciate him, and I'll appreciate what you're currently doing for us now.
Don't
Well,
you
I'm
die in
sure
5 years?
you'll meet him.
What'd you say, Meta?
Don't you die in like 5 years?
Yeah, like my average lifetime's like 60 years, so we'll see what happens to Bobberton.
Right, I shall bring you to the forge now.
She descends down. You all enter this vast hall, just enormous in height. You can see there are it almost looks like a stone quarry that has this great shimmering light coming from up above. You can't quite make out what is giving the light. You assume it's the forge, but you can't quite see it yet. And as you walk up the stairs of this kind of stone quarry, past these lights and shimmering crystals, you finally come to the open mouth of the forge. Just being, well, there's a dragonborn there that you assume is the forge master. He sees you enter, and he goes. Well, I'm trying to think of the dragonborn accent.
Make him Scottish.
I
Just
have
make
to
him
do
over-
it be in line with the other one.
You have
Or-
to, you
or
have to
be
make
like
it
a
overly.
Italian.
Yeah, no, you have to make it overly like European.
Yeah, or be like an Italian mafia member.
So when
Give
I
me,
did
like,
when I
seconds
did
of
Val,
Veltec speech.
so when I did Veltec, right, it was, hello, I am Veltec Jagger Jack.
That's right.
Oh my god.
That's right. Okay.
Super Scottish. He's like, Jürgen, I got to. I don't know. I was gonna do Scottish. It didn't work.
He's just unintelligible. We can't understand him.
Yeah.
I am
We gotta
here
bring a
to tell you
translator.
all about the Earthly Decimation Cube.
Okay, I got it. Welcome, adventurers. My name is Velrasin Zarvil. I will be your forge master today. And welcome to the great cosmic forge. How'd I do?
Great.
That was perfect.
I understand him too well.
I do like a hearty bow. Like, this guy obviously doesn't seem to be a sort of person who you need to be super proper with. I'm like, or I'm like, oh well, nice to meet you, and I appreciate what you're doing today. God, I have so many ideas for weapons. What are your plans with us today?
Do we have to pay for
Well,
this?
I don't think we do.
I just kind of
Listen,
look at
Is
the
do you have any,
We're paying with our
You're here.
deeds.
if you're here, you're not paying with gold and copper pieces. It's on the house, if you will.
guy. Wait, are we paying with something else? And I cover my groin.
No.
No.
Klein,
No.
Klein, we're
Klein.
helping gods, and they're They're helping us. That's how this works.
I mean, if there's any,
That makes sense.
if you want payment, I have drink. Huh?
Magnus, could we show a little bit more respect?
Magnus gets yelled at.
I don't know. He looks like a jolly fellow.
I mean, if he wants a drink, I imagine they have plenty here for him.
Wait,
Now,
there's godly elixirs here.
oh
no.
no!
Look what you
canon-
did.
So in canon earlier, you weren't here for this frozen agent. I yelled at you because we had I think it was Bob or no, it was someone who
me.
did. Yeah,
It
it
was
was
me.
yeah.
Nobody
That
looks
we
fine.
brought
Yeah,
up. There is dragon alcohol, and I basically yelled at you to not mention, to not fuck with it. I was like, Magnus, we talked about this.
Maybe he already forgot. He's too intoxicated. You have to bring it up again.
Well, allow me to explain how this forge works, okay? This is different than anything you've experienced before. We dragonkind have a word for how this forge works. It forges your merkran, or essence. Doesn't have to be a weapon. It is what defines you, and we mold it and make it powerful. For instance, you, bucket-headed strong man, points towards Gorwin. Yes, me? Yes, you look simplistic in nature. Take it not the wrong way, it is a compliment. Come forward. Gorwin steps forward. Okay, now, a bit closer to the forge. Yes, you feel the heat of the flames. Now, envision yourself and what you draw power from in your essence, your merkran. And Gorwin closes his eyes, which you can't tell beneath his monstrous helmet, but they are closed. And he just begins to think very hardly, and you sort of see his thoughts out loud in a weird sense. You kind of feel them, and you feel axe, power, battle, death, power, axe. And the words enter into the forge as they begin to have these small dragons that appear. Previously, how the small dragonlings appeared before, kind of out of nowhere, they now appear around and begin to wield these like little cosmic hammers, banging and clanking away at this essence. It begins to form into this gigantic axe. And with that, an axe appear. Let me find it real quick.
One push and it's all over.
So I'm gonna put the axe into.
Line just runs up and
Oh.
pushes Gorwin into the fire.
Long live the game.
Finally! God
All right,
damn!
the game. You
It-
see this axe? It's in Get the Game Talk channel. This is what pops out of the forge.
Oh wow.
Yo, that's that's badass.
This is for the poker debt, you bitch.
And Gordon raises the axe like, and my axe! I mean, what an axe! And he returns back to formation. And with that, we will go ahead and pause the game here for the night. A bit of a shorter session, but a lore session nonetheless. And I'll give you all time to kind of work on me with your. Oh, did you want to do anything real quick?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
I figured now's a good time to stop because it'll give us time to like. Basically, I'll work with you all on your essence, like what defines you, what your character like really relates to. So like let's use Magnus for instance. Let's say like you really are like an alcoholic flask. We'll work on making something.
You know what? No,
Like
thinking about it, I think we can use the sword that you gave me in a different sense.
Oh, true. That could, yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that.
Mhm.
I want to
Yeah.
enhance my tattoos in a way. I was thinking about doing stuff to my sword, but my sword's kind of its own entity
Oh.
already.
I didn't
want-
give you a private channel for that. Hold on, let me make that for you. Everyone has like their own little private lordship. Excuse me. But I never made one for you.
Hey, mine's cooler than your guys's.
No, mine's the coolest. What are you talking about?
No, mine's cooler.
Camos be the most. Camos be the most.
No. Mine has cool font.
Oh.
You wouldn't
I should
understand.
stop this now. Bye, guys.